on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you've been enjoying all the content I've been putting out thus far. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page, and we shall get into it. Today I'm doing another mod to my car, so we will get that going. A little gloomy day out here in Atlanta, but it's okay. That I just received is the air oil separator from RR Racing that I will be installing in my car. So that's just what I got, and that's just to help with carbon buildup for the engine, to try to decrease that problem. So let's see what we have in here. Some hoses, and this is going to be the bracket that the air oil separator will go on. And if you look in my previous video, I changed the colors to a lot of my engine covers to red. So this comes like silver already, metal. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and paint this to have it red, also to match everything, the color scheme going on in my engine. So if you look right there, you could look back at the videos to see how I painted and primed all the other pieces, and I'm going to go through the same process with this bracket right here. So I have two hoses it came with, the bracket, and of course the air oil separator. And this is it right here. So it will attach to the bracket, and then the bracket will attach inside of my engine. And then I have the two screws that came with it to attach the separator to the bracket. So it's probably gonna take a day or two where I could go ahead and get this painted, get this going red. And once I have that how I want it, then I'll show y'all the install. I got my bracket painted so it can match the rest of the theme of the car, and it came out pretty good. So I'm gonna let y'all check it out. I found an area where I want to do the install. So it's a bolt right here. I'm gonna remove this, and then it's a free opening right here. So this bracket does fit perfectly to go here. So this is where the air oil separator will go, because then it'll be close to the PVC valve where you can see it. It has the little orange strip around the bolt down in there. So this is where the install will happen. So what I did, I was proactive. I went ahead and bought some hose clamps because I just want to make sure I seal everything up completely and properly. So I bought some hose clamps. And then where I want to put the bracket, like I was showing you guys before, I do have, it's a space right here. You see where a screw could go in here. I purchased this MX 1.0 times 12 millimeter, a hex head, and it fits perfectly in this screw hole right here. So that will hold my bracket down completely. So we will go ahead and get going. What I'm gonna do is, this hose right here is in the way. It's making it hard for me to get to this bolt right here. It's like in there good. So I'm gonna just pinch these two together and try to give me a little slack so I could get in here and try to have a little bit more room to work in here to get this bolt on. So I did not have the correct socket to remove this bolt off of here, so I had to go to the store to get one, and it is 12 millimeter. So now I'm back ready to go. got that off. So now we're gonna install the bracket on here. So the IS 250s, they have direct injection engines, so they're not like the IS 350s that have the port engine. So with these type engines, carbon buildup happens, so the air oil separator helps to reduce that, because now you're gonna filter out the oil from the PVC valve, so all like the dirty bad oil does not go back into the engine to like mess up the heads and things like that. So it's gonna go through here, filter through here, and then we'll have this little leveler here, and it'll start, the ball in here, the orange ball, will start moving as it fills up. So whenever it gets to about like the halfway mark, it says it's a good time to go ahead and empty out the canister. And all you do with the canister is it just unscrews, the bottom half unscrews from the top half. So once you undo your screws, take it off of here, unscrew the bottom half, that opens, and then you just discard of the dirty oil that's gonna catch in here. So now we're gonna go ahead with the install of the bracket. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the hose here on the PVC valve. I'm gonna take the hose off here first, remove the hose first, and then I will screw in my bracket. It's definitely a tight space. You definitely gonna have to just try to just work your hands in here and get the screw back in there. It's doable. It's just a tight space in there. You don't have that much room to work with. So I'm gonna get the other bolt in here, and I'm gonna get everything tightened down. That I added that did not come with the engine, I bought it. I showed y'all what that was. I'm gonna remove it because I forgot to put a little just anti-seize lubricant, because I don't want it to get stuck there. I want to be able to remove it if I want to remove it. So I bought this from my auto store, just like a little sample size or whatever. I'm gonna take this off, dip it in here a little bit, and then go ahead and screw it back in there. So I've added one of my hose clamps on the end of this hose here. So this hose here is gonna go, so if I'm looking at the air oil separator, it's gonna go on my right hand side, and it's gonna connect up here where I removed this hose. This is the hose that I moved from the PCV valve. So according to the instructions, this piece here is gonna go inside. This is the intake manifold, and then it's gonna go to the right hand side of the air oil separator. Women could work on cars out here doing the thing. I hope I have a whole bunch of ladies that watch this video that want to do things to their car as well. I'm just gonna have to just give it a little twist back and forth just to make sure it goes all the way in, because we don't want to get no error messages on our dash if there's any like air leaking or anything like that. So looks like it's pretty on there good. I'm gonna tighten this up here, and I think I'm gonna add a hose clamp up here, because I don't like, this is not really fitting too tight to me, this clamp right here. So I'm gonna take this off and put a hose clamp on it. So again, the right line went into the intake manifold right here. This was what got disconnected off the PVC valve, and then the tube on the left went directly into the PVC valve. And I put hose clamps on everything just to make sure for a tight fit. I also have a hose clamp, if you look up under this one here, just to make sure everything is tightly fitted. Make sure everything is good. And everything looks good. When I crank it up, I just make sure that I don't have any type of engine errors or anything like that. If I do, I'll just check back these lines just to make sure everything, there's no air seeping out of anything, and to make sure everything is good to go. But that is it, guys. I appreciate you watching to the end. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I have much more videos to come with more mods to my car, to the IS250, and I hope you guys been enjoying it so far. So until next time.